What turns you on that you are absolutely embarrassed about? Female mid-level managers at grocery stores. Like the assistant manager or department head. I'm dead serious and I have no idea why. Edit. Oh wow. Wasn't expecting this to take off. FAQ. My mom did not work such a job while growing up and we have a great relationship. I'm married to a nurse. No. There's no roleplay. Not that she wouldn't be down. It's just my secret thing. Definitely not Malcolm in the Middle. Even though I love the show. I have no idea how it started. I just like the vibe they give off in the quasi-professional dress they affect from time to time with the tight business pants and rumpled buttoned-up blouse. I'm not a creeper. I don't lurk or force interactions. I feel like people, especially women, should be left the fuck alone at work. But, you know, I'll steal a glance or two here and there or get in their checkout line. It's all above board. It's not a porn thing. Dina from Superstore is a great example. When someone gets really close and whispers. Like PLS no I can't be horny RN. Neck kissing and dry humping can make me orgasm. This embarrasses me. Wardrobe malfunctions. But they need to look accidental. Not sexy. Going through all these comments looking for someone with the same fetish as me. I've always thought some women looked really good with vampire fangs. Or even just longer canine teeth. No idea why but I know it's weird. Just someone who hugs well. A woman in the morning with messy hair and no makeup and tired. Total turn on. Also a woman doing sexual acts in full clothing. Not sure why. My humiliation kink LMAO but that's kinda the point. I think the best way to view this thread is by controversial. Olive green. Don't know why. But if a woman wears an olive green shirt, I find it strangely arousing. Chokers. Scarves. Or really anything wrapped around a woman's neck. Which isn't so embarrassing. But the reason is because the first fictional character I had a crush on was the girl with the ribbon around her neck that when she took it off her head fell off. Ema hate that I posted this. But it was the night after a convention and me and some friends went bowling. I was still wearing the ears from a costume and someone came to me and asked to pet my head. They proceeded to pet me and say, "You're such a good boy," and I was so glad I had a place to sit down. Guy who get awkward, anxious around girls. IDKY. Just does it for me. Bonus points if they blush. Big noses. Edit. Girls with big noses. Edit. I read the question wrong. I'm not embarrassed for liking big noses. Though it asked, what turns you on that others are absolutely embarrassed about? Hands. Especially veiny hands that have veins popping out. It's embarrassing but damn it is so hot wow. Had an ex who was 4 feet 11 stomp on the couch cushion next to me and put her hand on my throat because of some excessive teasing. She was angry and wanted me to get on with it already. My brain fried and I thought something broke in me for a second. There is a spot on the dead center. Back of my head. Even someone lightly touching it or pulling my hair sets me off. Doesn't matter who. Wrestling with someone who's much stronger than me. TBH it turns me on even more when I somehow win sometimes. The look of defeat. Misery and annoyance on losing on the other person is absolutely delicious. People who dress professionally for work. But they have a tattoo or several and the tattoos can slightly be seen. That particular moment when she is changing, dressing and has shorts or pants on with nothing on top and barefoot like holy shit. Girls when they wear glasses. I don't know why but when a girl wears them their attractiveness for me literally skyrocket. When a guy lays his head on my lap and is totally vulnerable. Very ashamed of this one. When my GF has even a tinge of body odor I get very aroused. IDK what's wrong with me? Edit. I'm not so ashamed now. Men whimpering. A competent and capable girl who is completely fumbling something. Like a girl that is really smart and knows how to cook. But is completely fucking up trying to make dinner. I'll go over and help. But I will constantly be thinking of helping in other ways. It's more of an emotional turn-on for me than physical. Being controlled and told what to do then be a brat about it. There's this one guy. Whenever he is around I just get the urge to be tied into a sling and be used. But it is only that one person who makes me respond that way. And he doesn't even try to do that. A simple kiss. Or even a touch, if I know them intimately enough, is enough to get me going. I shouldn't be that turned on by that. But I usually am. Pastrami sandwich on rye. When my guy came on my boobs, I told him he needed to clean it off, and he licked all of it off. New kink unlocked. Getting my face sat on. Please sit on my face. When you're able to go from having sex to talking for a bit. And then somewhere in the natural flow of conversation you both just start fucking again. I think that makes me feel so wanted. That's also not something you like talk about happening. It just kinda happens. Oof. Probably shouldn't admit this, semi-publicly. But 100% going down on a guy while he's streaming or somehow connected to real-time gaming audio. Like, if it's just other random people in a game who he can hear, talk to, and who can hear, talk to him. I hate it. But it is such a turn-on for me to be under the desk thinking, man, this guy is living every gamer dude's fantasy. Getting head mid-game. And all these other people he's talking to have no clue. Thankfully this is for sure gonna be way too far down for anyone to even bother scrolling far enough to see it, and will get zero interaction. Edit. Seriously. Reddit? This is the comment that gets more attention than anything else I've ever said? But for reals. Thanks for all the love on my TMI confession. And let's all collectively hope that any future employers of mine don't know how to track my Reddit account back to me IRL Redheart. Clown girls. I'm a simple man. I see a woman holding, or working towards, a PhD and it turns me on. Biting. A girl I had a crush on in high school bit my arm playfully and I had to hide my heart on. Also a recent hookup nibbled my earlobe and around my neck and shoulders, and I reached the mountaintop moments later. Something more conventionally embarrassing would be when I tried to get back into anime as an adult and was ashamed to be getting horny for some of the female characters. Specifically Yoko from Gurren Lagann and Tornado from One Punch Man. Married women who are much higher in age than me. Women in their 30s 40s. It has been an issue since teenage. I've always been attracted to much older women than women my age. Reading books in public. Especially when it's a guy and he holds the book open with one hand. I melt. College-age girls. I'm 46. My boyfriend has jokingly started saying what he would do to me in various silly voices that have accidentally turned me on. This includes Scottish, we're Australian. Pirate. Vsauce Michael. Kermit the Frog. Various voices from the video game Furry. Among others I can't remember right now. At one point we were going at it and I said, you could say anything and I would find it hot, and this man started quoting the B-movie. Not really embarrassing. But something I've only told one person, but mask-presenting lesbians are a big turn-on for me. As somebody who's always presented as straight and never had a relationship with a woman. I often wonder if I'm bi, and lately I've been thinking more and more that I am. I like to watch big, muscular manly men with big bellies eat large amounts of food effortlessly. Not for sport. Only enjoyment and a never-ending appetite. I had a male friend that was very religious and did not touch women. We were close friends for years and never touched, hugged, shook hands. Nothing. One day he passed me a pen and his finger grazed my finger ever so slightly. Holy moly. It was like one of the most intense sensual moments I've ever experienced. The sense of touch was magnified to a level one had never experienced. Years later he told me that this moment almost caused him to leave religion and just take me. So yes, that's my kink now. But any time I asked a partner to just avoid touching for like a week, even a few days to build up the sexual tension, they thought I was crazy. Crooked, imperfect teeth. I have no idea why. I am a lesbian who is turned on by men masturbating. Porn though. In real life it's not a turn on. Which is why I am so confused. Also scissoring with pants on. Or anything sexual with clothes on. Something that also confuses me lol. Asian women with Australian or Scottish accents. Reading about Cho Chang in Harry Potter really left an impact on me. Chicks who carry cash. Also chicks who swing their arm over the passenger seat when backing up. Ears. Edit. Specifically, small, rounded women's ears. I like playing with them in various ways. I also enjoy having my own ears stimulated, and I have an ASMR fetish. People will suggest I try ASMR for relaxing, and it doesn't work that way for me except for nature sounds. At 73. Women endurance athletes. Especially those of my contemporary age. Arms, legs, neck, abdomens look like beef jerky. I am mesmerized. I think it must be awesome to walk around with that power to weight ratio. Aren't I supposed to be too old for such things? The bend of the leg behind the knee. I don't get turned on by looking at it. But having the penis massaged by it is really fucking good. The same goes to the legs in between, not talking about the vagina. Though. When women show collarbone and neck. Would say that's something only a vampire would say, but I love garlic lol. Also certain cosplay. Not into anime shit. Orcs, pirates, and mages though. That's a different subject. Being tickled. Deep voices. My husband has it. That's why we're married. I like women's feet. I'll see a woman walk by and I'll notice her feet, say to myself, oh, she's got pretty feet, that's it. Embarrasses me more listening to other guys' comments about women's feet. Hey, you would look sexier if you walked around barefoot and got them dirty, or now walk through this and make them messy and suck on your toes. I just like looking at them, that's it. I'm super turned on by heaving breathing and visceral moaning. It's not even that part that makes me embarrassed, because it lets me know I'm doing a good job. But the fact it gets me off so quickly and intensely is what makes me blush, if I could. Big sigh. Big masculine men putting me in my place. Especially when it comes to size comparison. But weirdly it has nothing to do with humiliation and more to do with feeling safe in a strong man's arms. But 9/10 it gets interpreted as a humiliation kink. Incest porn. Why are there multiple sex questions voted to the top every single fucking day on this sub? Gotta keep the masses thinking about sex constantly. Huh? Women who wear leather knee-high boots and thigh-high boots were what started me off. Which had progressed to latex and PVC. Men crying. The emotional vulnerability is something I find extremely attractive. But you can't say, I love seeing men cry, without sounding like an asshole. Whopper 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 penis cum ballsack whopper. My boss's daughter, who I'll never have a chance with because I'm too chicken shit to try and because I'm ugly and she is beautiful. Women with short hair. Being cucked by my boyfriend. And checking out other women together. Feminine trans people. Femboys. Etc. There is something so fucking sexy about a female presenting person with a dick. Shrug. I have zero attraction to masculinity. Hairy bodies. Musculature. Etc. But femininity? Fuck yes. My wife knows about it. Her only concern was that I wasn't a CD myself and didn't want to be a woman. Which I don't. But she used it to her advantage to start pegging me. Which we both love. I wouldn't admit these things to friends or family. And it took a huge amount of trust to tell my wife. But I'm glad I did. I looked it up and the word for this is gynosexual. Gynosexuality. Attraction to others who express femininity. Regardless of gender assigned at birth. Free use scenarios. Oh, too much to list, mate. The tamest thing I'm into is a bit weird. Girls with high-top sneakers. I think that's what they're called anyway. The ones with the big tongue and have a skater aesthetic. Also Converse, but depends on the girl. The way a woman smells without any kind of perfume or deodorant or anything. After not showering for like a day or two. Zeus on a moose. Does that stir things in me? Girls pooping and farting. Feet and tall women. Combine them. So tall women with huge feet. As a 5'4" guy. My dream would be to have a GF that's a foot and a half taller than me and wears like size 16 shoes. 5'8" Brian and 6'7" Haley from the TLC show My Giant Life gives me hope that I'll find a tall GF. I also like giantesses. Something about a giant woman who can crush cars and buildings is so sexy. I hope they do a live-action Monsters vs. Aliens after How to Train Your Dragon. Lactation. Literal mommy milkers. Not really in public, but after having a fling with a woman who surprisingly squirted me in the face with milk one time in the heat of the moment. It unlocked that new fetish for me. The uncivilized look of native peoples around the world. But particularly African women with dreadlocks. As a white man, I feel like this is very insulting to those people. And has dangerous colonizer implications? Foreskin. Makes a guy seem like such a wild man. Like Tarzan or some shit. All I'ma say is it pisses me off that I'm attracted to it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.